So you're thinking about moving to Vineyard, Utah, and you want to know everything about living here in Vineyard. Well, stick around because I'm going to show you the pros and cons of living here in Vineyard, and I'll even give you a little tour of all the parks that are available out here. If this is your first time to this channel and you want to know everything about living in Utah County, well, consider subscribing below and tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know about all things real estate here in Utah County. My name is Courtney with All Things Real Estate in Utah County, and I get calls and texts every day from people just like you who are looking to make their move here to Utah. So whether you're 8 days or 80 days away from moving, feel free to shoot me a text, send me an email, or give me a call. All of that information is in the description box below, and I'd be happy to help you make a smooth move here to Utah. All right, so let's get some background on Vineyard. So Vineyard was incorporated as a city in 1989, and its population grew from 130 people in 2010 to 12,543 people in 2020, which is a 417% growth increase, which is insane. The median home price here in Vineyard is $431,300, and the median rent here is just over $1,600 per month. The median income for people who live in this area is just over $86,000, and the population here currently is over 11,000. Here you'll find a mix of the urban / suburban feel, and most of the people here are conservative in their beliefs, and the amount of people that rent here versus own is about 50-50. According to niche.com, Vineyard has a rating of, or has a B for diversity, and it earned an A- for how good it was for families. So let's get into the pros and cons of living here in Vineyard, Utah. Pro number one for Vineyard is the amount of biking and walking trails that are available here along the streets and along the fields, as you can see behind me. This city is replete with those everywhere, and so Vineyard actually won the bronze level biking friendly community award, and there's no question or doubt as to why they won it. The roads have signs next to them that say bikes are allowed to take up the entire lane if they need to, and so it really is a sustainable, environmental friendly community. And if you look up on apaut.org, on that website you'll be able to see the implementation of Utah City and what they'll be doing in that regard to increase the sustainability and access and walkability of Vineyard. Pro number two of living in Vineyard is that the Frontrunner Commuter rail line is available, accessible here in Vineyard, and you have city buses that can take you from anywhere in Vineyard to Orem or all the way up to Salt Lake. So the Frontrunner runs clear down here, making accessibility to jobs even more so. Advantage number three of living in Vineyard is that the overall crime rate was 81% lower than other cities in Utah. It's partially because it has a small population, and Vineyard is so small. It only spans 6.4 square miles, and so you have to take that into consideration as well. It is considered, according to niche.com, very safe, and there isn't even a police station out here because the city is so small. However, as I was driving past the community or the city building, there were police cars parked there. So that makes me think that there are police who are assigned to this area. However, they don't have a designated police station. The last pro that I want to share about living in Vineyard is that overall the homes are fairly new. The oldest home that I could find for sale here was a 2010, built in 2010. And so If you move here, you're more than likely going to get a newer home. Now, the homes here there's a wide variety of the prices available for the type of home that you want. I'll tag the video in here so you can watch it, but if you click on that video, you'll be able to see 3 different homes at 3 different price points, so that you can see how far your dollar can go out here in Vineyard. So that takes us into con number 1, which is the high density housing. If you're a person who wants to live where you have very few neighbors and there's not a whole ton of traffic, then you may want to go somewhere like Payson or Benjamin, Lakeshore, something like that, where you can be a little more spread out. But here in Vineyard, there's a multitude of houses, and there are lots of apartment complexes and townhome complexes. So just take that into consideration when thinking about moving to Vineyard, is that there are a lot of houses close together. Now, I think that Vineyard does compensate for that by making room for all of these parks, and there are so many parks here in Vineyard that are so fun to take your kids on. I've taken my daughter to quite a few of the parks here, and she's absolutely loved them. Just to name a few, there's Vineyard Grove Park, Penny Springs Park, Rendezvous Park, Gammon Park, Lakeside Sports Park, Sunset Beach Park. That one was super fun. It has sand throughout the entire box, and so that was a lot of fun to play on, for my daughter to play on. So I do think that Vineyard, although there has been quite a lot of growth since 2010, they have left this space available so that people can go out and interact with their community and have a place to enjoy spending time with family too. Now, my second con of living in Vineyard is that there's not a whole lot to do here besides, going to the parks or the splash pad. There is, however, a Megaplex theater and a Top Golf. If you're into golfing and you want to go there year round, that's a possibility. Vineyard City does have community Easter egg hunts and summer events. They also have service days where you can get together with the community and clean the community up. They also have Halloween events, and those events are listed on their community calendar. At the Megaplex, there are quite a few restaurants as well. I know there's a Panda Express, Chipotle. There are a physician's office and OBGYN providers in that area as well. So there are a lot of options there, and it's not too far away either because it's within a 6-mile radius. Now, this can be considered a con or it can be considered a pro, but I think that Vineyard is more of a place that you would live rather than a place to work, unless you're working at one of these facilities like the Megaplex or Top Golf. There's a UVU stadium that they have here in Vineyard as well. Now, over the next few years, as Utah City expands and is more developed, I think that might change. I think there's going to be a lot of job opportunities brought here, but as of right now in 2023, there's not that much as far as work goes. Most people are commuting from Vineyard to other places like Orem or Provo or Salt Lake to get to where they need to go. And then the last con that I have on the list is that there are mosquitoes out here. You're close to Utah Lake, very close to Utah Lake, and that makes it so that during the summertime it can be kind of nasty living in this area. The park that I'm at, Grove Park, it has a swampy area. I don't know if you can see that, but it's gorgeous. It's fun to walk around, but there can be mosquitoes, and that can drive some people nuts, which I don't blame you for that. But just take that into consideration. Wear your bug spray or vanilla, whatever you like to use. Just know that there is that con of living out here too. Well, if you made it this far in the video, you're in for a treat because I'm going to tell you all about Utah City and what they're expected to do over the next few decades with this area. So this area that you see right here doesn't look like much right now, but over the next few decades, there's going to be a lot of development and growth happening. Just at the beginning of this year, 2023, they broke ground on a 450 door unit that is going to be in this area. Geneva Steel was a steel mill located here in Vineyard. Raw materials used to be shipped here and processed into steel and steel products. They would then be exported to various parts of the country. This expanse of land right here that you can see is about 700 acres of raw land that is going to be developed and going to be dubbed Utah City. Geneva Steel actually stopped production back in November of 2001, but it's exciting to see that they're going to take this land that hasn't been really used over the past couple decades and do something really quite extraordinary with it. So I'm excited to see what the future holds. So there you have it. There are the pros and cons of living in Vineyard, Utah. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you're thinking of moving to Vineyard, then give me a call or shoot me a text. I'd be happy to help you find the home of your dreams here. And if Vineyard's not the place for you, then go ahead and check one of my other videos out to see if there's another area that you would like to live in. Thanks for watching. Bye.